Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Red Solstice 2 Survivors. If you've never heard of this series before, they are effectively best described as, if you ever played StarCraft, the solo missions where you controlled a bunch of Marines and maybe a couple other infantry units, but you didn't have any base building, you didn't have any reinforcements, apart from like a couple of units that you'd find along the way. It's that feeling, but a lot deeper with some RPG elements, a campaign mode, but also a skirmish mode, so you can kind of Left 4 Dead style with like a light story and progression, and it's hard, but the main draw for this game, in my opinion, is the fact that it is 8 players. Unfortunately, I'm going to be playing solo for now, mainly just because I don't have 7 other players on hand to play with at this moment, but also just because I want to try it out in the campaign mode. So we're just going to dive right in. Play on normal. Doesn't look like it can change too much. Don't want to skip first mission. Interesting. I don't know. Oh, is this? That changes just everything. I'm just gonna leave it as at this.
Each time night falls, we see a bright light in the Martian sky. It is not a star. It is a planet we used to call home. Earth was devastated by mutants 2 centuries ago. Our dream has always been to take it back. A dream that turned into a nightmare.
Oh my god. We found you. What on Mars Command, do you copy?
Acknowledged. New objective is to secure the perimeter.
We're unable to secure. Target eliminated. We're being overrun. Put your ground damage in the ceiling. Command, this is Unit 8. I'm the only one left. I need backup.
Executor unit activated. Initiating recovery process.
Alright, heal. Oh. Wow. That died. Okay, activate Overwatch. Let's see. Overwatch enemies near target. Unlocks and moves camera.
Primary metabolism fully recovered. Welcome back, Executor. I'm Emma, an artificial intelligence program in the service of the Founders. I will continuously update your map with markers and plot a course to rendezvous with a nearby Marine team pinned near the helipad.
Spacebar centers camera near the player. Okay. E, Overwatch for tight quarters. B to rotate camera counterclockwise. And to rotate it. Okay. Awkward. I just use middle click. Can be breached or shot at to create an opening. Wow, we just kicked that right open. Okay, escape, detailed map. Let's see, can I go into the options real quick? Seems like I turned the sound effects down a little bit. I'm gonna do those too.
Bullets and band-aids.
Unfortunately, their preview audio thing doesn't actually seem as accurate as I'd like it to be. But we will see once we actually get into the fights. Because who knows, maybe the guns are incredibly loud. Okay, E to set your Marine to automatically seek targets. Okay, well we have begun. What is that? Some objects have connections. For example, a terminal opens the
Present
door.
Marines are considered expendable. Continue advancing forward.
Doesn't look like I have anything else. Okay, so I have energy and a nitrogen grenade. I'm gonna just go for the heal for the time being. Though, to some degree, I almost wonder if the grenade would actually be just better. Activate the system skill. Energy blade. Oh, stabbing and slashing, so we got a melee move. That said, can I not get in here? Not comfortably, no. I guess I gotta keep moving. They're going to mess me up if I stick around for too long. I look forward to once we get access to the upgrade system. Because that's really where this game shines. You really can just, like, customize your Space Marine to do quite a lot. Depending on what you're looking to do. Okay, basic overlay stuff. Cool. That's a lot of information. Okay. Hello.
Searching for targets.
It keeps telling me to automatically search for targets. Yeah, I definitely should have gotten the grenade. But it is what it is. Okay, do we got more in there? Nope, looks like we're good. Whoop. I am curious why he was even there, but that's okay. What is this? Caps lock. Toggle manual aim lets you engage targets freely at the cost of slower movement. Personally, no. Okay, this looks a bit hairy. Oh!
Overwatch.
Apparently, turning on Overwatch, or turning on manual aiming turned off Overwatch. I guess it makes sense. I was just confused for a hot second there. And this is why you usually have a squad of 4. Left shift. Alternatively, you can quick select manually aiming by doing this. Unfortunately, that turns off Overwatch. What if you could set this to be total twin stick shooter? Wait, door switch. I am apparently being a bit of a goon here. Okay. Oh, I see. We've just got spare ammo packs. I should probably use the flamethrower. And I have been promoted to private. Cool. Let's see. Let's just keep grabbing everything, go back to Overwatch. I'm not big on the flamethrower necessarily. It's not necessarily my kind of thing. But that's okay. They're strong, use them when in trouble.
Extreme caution is advised, as the complex is now overrun by hostile mutants. I've updated your map with a suitable extraction area.
Aiming.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that before anything and everything goes bad on me. Unfortunately, it's gonna take me a little bit, well... No, it doesn't look like I take damage on fire, so I guess my super suit is actually a functional super suit. I mean, I'm so used to games like these, just absolutely wrecking me.
Reloading, cover me.
Let's do that. Clear up some inventory space. I am full up. Okay, E will Overwatch. They really want me to know about this Overwatch. I think that's the third time the game has told me about it. Unless I'm somehow misreading these controls. Let's see. Do we have... Nope. Looks like I gotta just kick this one down. Alright. What have? Ammunition. Don't remember the skirmish mode of this game having nearly as much. Hey, teammates.
It's the Executor! About time. Wait, where are the others? Oh, never mind. Evac is on the way, but my tracker is picking up a lot of movement. Get ready for a fight.
Okay. So, suppresses targets, can thoroughly freeze...
Chances for survival will drastically increase if you set up the explosive turret. I recommend you do that now. Place the turret in the location I have designated to maximize its efficiency.
Incoming! Incoming! For the Founders!
I appreciate the overall quality to this. I played the first one and it was hard, and it wasn't that pretty to look at. This, on the other hand, is, like, actually really nice looking. Like, they definitely nailed the visual quality. I haven't noticed a whole lot of, like, new mechanics, per se. But it's probably because I didn't play a whole lot of Red Solstice back in the day. It was one of those that I tried playing it with my friends, and it was like, oh man, this is cool, and then we got wrecked.
Reloading. Stay down.
I really should use this freezing grenade. That is maybe a little bit of a long duration on that one.
Attention
Large.
all units. The solar weapons system has been activated.
Ah, hell! That's right on top of us!
Executor, be advised, your implants are needed for the solar mainframe protocols. Extraction is aborted. Proceed to the communications array.
You're joking, right? Stow that crap. We knew this would be a suicide run. Executor, we have your back.
Explosives are required for the most suitable route to the solar control room. I have marked the nearest explosive material.
Let us grab satchel. Doesn't look like there's anything fancy here.
Reloading.
Probably a good time to reload. Yeah, this is giving me some 40k vibes. Mostly just the suicide run and the Executor being this bigger, beefier dude with bigger, beefier power armor.
Private, stay back! Watch out for the explosive radius! Yes, sir!
There we go. I don't remember how destructible the
We'll
environments
cover
are.
you, Executor. The facility in all of Tharsis is lost. There's nothing more to save here. I ask only one thing. Send all these mutant freaks to hell.
Reloading. Take that.
Don't think we actually care about
Can't carry anything else.
stroll whatevers. Let's see. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of those. Grab the Savage Burners. Increases combat combat abilities. I'm just gonna... Oh, nope, that didn't work. First damage to destructive. Interesting. I wonder if that's like a passive. Or is it a temp use item?
Target eliminated.
I mean, one way or another, it seems like it did more damage there? Maybe? I don't know. Game was a bit of a black box at first. There's just a lot of information to digest. And I'll play a whole lot of games in this same vein. Was that it? Oh. Tharsis. Dying population, 3 million. Okay, so region Tharsis. Infestation maxed until low. Global population, 94 million. Global infested, 26 million. Consequence of usage. Dying population, 3 million. Dying infested, 11 million. Tharsis, 6. Well. Rip.
We never knew the Executor contributed to the activation of solar. But even if we did, it wouldn't change much.
We are the Founders, and you are the Executor. A high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. Your origin is irrelevant. Your mission is not. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants. A powerful landship will serve as the base of your activities. It is a mobile castle from which you will liberate Mars. Lead your operatives, research your enemy, and develop your own capabilities. We are always watching your progress.
Boy, those are some beefy dudes. Okay. Tharsis colony is destroyed. It's been destroyed, Terraformer has been destroyed. Interesting, I wonder how sandboxy this is. Because that actually would be really cool if it was like more of a sandbox campaign. Yeah, when I say sandbox, I mean like kind of XCOM or even Phoenix Point. I don't know. I just love the idea of potentially building up these colonies myself. Or like myself, setting their defenses, choosing policies and stuff. I doubt that's going to be the case here, but boy, that would be cool. Anyway, emergency extraction. Initiate dropship scans of current region. Complete emergency extraction mission. Inspect soldiers and armory.
Executor, welcome to the land ship. This will be your base of operations from now on. All research and development projects will take place on it.
Okay, so it definitely seems...
The Solar is an orbital weapons platform built upon the surface of Phobos. This was the first combat firing, which inadvertently destroyed all Mars communication infrastructure.
Wow.
The world map allows you to access and dedicate yourself to specific combat deployments while making strategic decisions, such as building, scanning, and expanding regional influence.
Does she have anything else to say? Well, one way or another. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty XCOM-y. So reward 3 followers, intel, infestation, cool.
Executor, a dropship has crashed on the outskirts of a nearby colony. It was transporting our top stroll examiner on board. An SOS transponder was sent.
Okay.
Rescue operation initiated.
So it looks like I can actually change this so friends could join me if they wanted to. Unfortunately, I'm not there yet, but I do like the idea of this being full campaign co-op.
The armory loadout allows you and your soldiers to gear up before each combat deployment.
Thing is, I think
Base personnel were recruited selectively from well-known military establishments. They have all passed special mental training, which means that they will all give you undying loyalty.
Okay, unfortunately I have no soldiers and I don't think I can buy any loot yet. So we're just going to ignore pretty much all of this and just start up. Yeah, eventually I might get some friends or some fans to join me on this one. And if you are a fan that does pick this game up and you want to join me potentially, pay attention to Discord, because I will potentially organize like the occasional community day where we just play like a couple hours of this. Because
Executor, a transponder is close by. I am marking it on your map.
I love the idea of games like this specifically. Okay, so we've got stimulants, critical hit, buckshot. I feel like investing into crit early is probably going to be my best. Oh, we want to go in here. Where's the entrance? Probably over here. They go in? No. Ah, standard door. Can't really tell what's a door and what's a window sometimes, especially this perspective.
Warning, mutant horde approaching.
Executor? Did you come for us? Oh, wow. Sorry, sir. Lena Todd, reporting for duty, sir.
Reloading.
That seems pretty basic. I really appreciate that I myself don't have to aim. I could, and it might actually help, especially with some long-range stuff, like with snipers.
Reloading, cover me.
Or like fighting specifically big stuff. But for me, I just kind of want to be lazy, kick back, pew-pew for a bit. Earn some loot.
Executor, my knight in shining armor.
Cover me.
Oh, sorry, sir. Anyway, the rest of my team should be alive. I hope. I'll send you their transponder codes.
Transponder codes received.
Okay. So I'm just going to nab a couple of clips. There we go. Knight in shining armor comment was a little weird. I'm seeing a power relay here. I have no idea if messing with that actually helps. Oh boy, we have to go across the map for that one. Okay, well, time to boogie. Anti-venom, it's okay. I know there's, like, nests and stuff. That we're gonna have to be wary of. Let's just go over here. I don't necessarily know if the power relays are useful for anything. But it seems like a good idea to flip them as I go by. Okay, yeah, my biggest worry is going to be dwindling ammo counts. Then again, I'm not playing this with another group of people, so maybe it'll be a lot easier to stay on top of things.
Reloading, cover me.
I'm just gonna kind of loot monger for a bit. We got tons of available lockers here. Might as well pop them open. Anything else here? Nope. There you go. And yeah, let's see. We got like one more locker here. There may also be like an upper level. Well, you know how I was worried about
Reloading, cover me.
dwindling ammo counts. I am no longer worried about dwindling ammo counts. Okay. Stay kind of away. There's a big guy, but there's a couple of big guys.
Reloading.
Those are some very big guys.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Reloading.
I am bleeding for a while.
Target down.
Let's see.
Aiming.
Yep. Control Q. No longer bleeding. I'll admit, usually when I play these games, I tend to roll medic. What's my other gun? Ah, auto shotty. I might want to consider that next time we get swarmed by big dudes.
Reloading, cover me.
Okay, +1 supplies. Whatever that necessarily means. Alright, let's just continue on. Oh, sweet ammunition. Hopefully I don't have to actually manage her ammo, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. Oh, I know you can get, like, combat engineers later that specifically give you ammo just kind of out and about. There they are. Why were these guys all the way over here? I have no idea. Man, I was wondering if you can, like, really spec into movement speed or something and just be so fast.
I see you're still alive, Lena.
Yes, Lark. And look, the Executor himself came to save us.
Executor, Corporal Lark Terrace reporting in. And Private Bob Seeker. Kenneth, Bob. Welcome back.
I am detecting more hostiles approaching.
I dig that field armory thing. I have been promoted to private first class.
Target down.
Okay, so there's weird stealth
Target
dudes.
eliminated.
Good to know. Decreases reload time, heals the Marine, can heal poisoning and even open wounds. Ooh. It's got to be the last level to clear bleeding, though. I might start investing into that, though.
Reloading, cover me.
It heals for 25, 25. I guess the critical hit is kind of a linear thing. None of these actually get exponentially better. With the exception of maybe buckshot. I'll start investing in the heal.
Emergency extraction point marked on map.
Reloading.
Okay, so where are we going? It's always very far away, isn't it? I don't necessarily know what the stroll samples are used for, but I figure they're worth grabbing. In the grand scheme of things. I don't know. I like this. It's one of those that I never... I always had trouble getting into XCOM, especially nowadays, just because they're kind of long. And I don't know. I guess it's a mixture of like the older I get and the longer I do YouTube, the less I'm interested in like really lengthy, hard turn-based missions. Like as a kid, I went bananas for these kinds of games. And I think one of the first games that I ever put 100 hours into was Final Fantasy Tactics. And, like, I did so gladly, followed by maybe some of the Fire Emblem games. Let's see. And, you know, I absolutely adored them because more bang for my buck. And then I got into Disgaea, and boy, like, that game just eats time like nobody's business. But nowadays, I'm just like, oh, I want the short, the sweet, the faster paced. Okay, so we actually want to swing down here. I guess not even down. We just want to swing straight up. I wonder if I can leave these guys behind. Probably not. I also would... I mean, that would be kind of embarrassing. It's like, well, you don't have squad mates anymore, you murderer.
No. More of them are coming! Alright! It's about to get heavy!
I mean, is it? Let's see, is there anything fancy around here? It doesn't really look like it. I was hoping there would be like a security system I could peek over and take a look at, but unfortunately not. Well, it's fine. I almost feel like I could have just hung out for a little while. Let's see. Kill 0 teammates. Oh! So, Lance Corporal. Promotion will be earned once all requirements are met.
Please go to the nearest extraction point.
So kill 0 teammates, suppress 5 enemies, kill 100 monsters, and then kill monsters using skills. Good to know. Well, now I just have to suppress a monster. Unfortunately, I have to suppress a particularly big monster, and the chances of that happening are kind of low. Is it just me? I guess it is just me. Well, it's fine. I like those little bonus objectives. I'll pay attention to them. Let's see. Next stats. Fine by me. Return to HQ. MVP of the round.
Your
Wander.
actions on the battlefield have increased troop morale. However, from this point forward, consider all Marines expendable.
Okay, so let's take a look. So we have supplies. Let's see, deployment. Each deployment costs a certain amount of deployment. This resource can be used to make missions easier or harder if certain technology is unlocked. 6 days, 17 hours. Okay, specialists. Special resource used to build certain structures and engineering items. Specialists not assigned to engineering projects will automatically be appointed to research labs. Global intel. Interesting. So we actually have quite a lot here.
Update when various information is collected. As the war continues and you explore, this section will update. You are advised to visit when new information is available.
Okay, and here we go. Profiles, the skill tree, and then stats. But stats are just kind of overall. So combat suit, squad implants. So that increases follower health. Let's see. Capture creatures. But this makes me do more damage. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'll leave that for later, though. What do I personally have? Sight radius might not be a bad idea. Debuff resistance, max health, movement speed, but it's not much movement speed. I figure I'm just going to invest slightly into, like, resilience and sight radius. The other stuff I can work on later.
This section contains a list of available troops, injuries, and a list of combat capabilities.
Where's the plus? Oh, I see. So this is just the squad that I get to bring with me. Got it. So, he's Lance Corporal, EXP, Olympus Black Ops. Permanently removes a soldier from the roster and sends him to the region where the dropship is currently located. So that reduces infestation growth. Okay, so they really did go full XCOM here. Facilities. Okay, so we can research a couple of different things, and I understand none of them. I'm thinking... Oh, here we go. Infrastructure gets me communication systems, land ship support. Advanced arsenal, advanced subsystems, breach shotgun. So, arsenal production gives better gun. This gives better stuff, and this gives me the ability to potentially capture things. I'm gonna actually do pathogen. Potentially. Doesn't look like I can do engineering, and I can't do upgrades yet either. Alright. Let's see. So we do not have the solar yet. We have the dropship. What are my missions? How do I select anything, or is this what I'm supposed to do? Oh, here we go. No. No, I can't do any of those. Let's see. Do I put one more into movement speed? Nah, I'd rather just save. How do I pick my next mission? Unless I have to. Oh, visit research inside facilities.
Countering threats such as the Stroll virus requires more than brute force. Scientists are ready and able to develop and unlock new technologies. Executor, in order to spread our influence, we will have to improve landship infrastructure. This will allow us to bring back emergency message monitoring capability.
Okay. Is that it? Research infrastructure. Oh. Okay, now is there... It looks like time just kind of passes on its own. Okay. Oh. Deployment resource. Get supplies. So random mission, intel, resource deployment. So used to gather various supplies or specialists or more troops. This gets me supplies, reduces infestation growth, and gain engineering items. Travel the mission. Alright. Works for me. Let's see. I don't think I have any logistics items. This is a lot more complex than I was expecting, and I'm actually pretty down with it. So here, by the way, this is kind of important. This shows when certain enemies show up and what the worst waves are. Enemies come at set time periods. I don't actually know what the wave interval is. I'm sure it's on the UI once we actually get in. Okay, and I've just already grabbed every single soldier, and I don't really have much I can do with myself for the time being. Eventually, I will mess around with my builds. Probably go medic, maybe. I'm kind of digging that grenade, though. I might want to... I might want to go for more of a support role. Like, have one healing perk, but otherwise be ammo man. I don't entirely know. Once we get further in, a lot of these will become much more readily available to mess around with. But for now, at least, retrieve supplies. Well, first, let's grab this.
Supplies caches found. Marking location.
I'm gonna get my 2 power moves. We also have these eggs, which I know I can break, and that gets me some special stuff. I'm gonna pop open every locker that I can. Oh, okay, so this is the wave number, and that's the wave timer. I'm pretty sure. Increases the health of all enemies while active. There we go. Okay, so where am I? Oh boy. We're in the big city now. I'm pretty sure every side mission is going to be like this, where it's just effectively like go into city, do city things. By putting another point into buckshot. But it seems like buckshot is kind of close range. Honestly, frankly, I'm just going to kick this open. And let's just grab whatever we can. Nope, that ain't it. I wonder if there's a way to specifically mark interactables on the map. Doesn't look like it.
I have marked the first supply cache for retrieval.
Nailed it!
Okay, so buckshot is pretty good. Buckshot is crazy good. Yeah, usually I just go for healing and rely on grenades. But maybe that's unnecessary. At least today. Snag these. Yeah, we're still very much in the early stages here. Grab that. Oh.
Second supply cache located and marked.
Can I switch teammates? I don't think I can. Okay, so I got leaper mines, incendiary explosives, regular grenades. I'm just gonna huck some regular grenades. Grab the satchel. See what else we got. Okay. That's my own grenade, but that's fine. I am really digging these abilities. They've got a lot of immediate potential. Okay, tragically, the supplies I am now looking for are on the opposite side of the map. And that's going to make this a lot harder for me. Well, that's okay. It's just boogie, I guess. I think I'll be fine. Especially now that I'm on the open road and I'm not just waiting for them to come to me. Really should invest into that grenade. I've been mostly putting it into the buckshot just because buckshot, like, absolutely clears. Let's see, how am I doing on ammo? I'm doing great. I'm just going to assume that my allies are... They just have unlimited ammo and manage themselves. I know... Oh gosh, what was it? I think when I was playing Skirmish or something and I picked a solo mission when I was playing the beta a while back, I could specifically manage every single character that I was using. Doesn't look like it in this case, but that's fine. I don't know, I'd honestly prefer to have NPCs that just kind of do their thing. Because really, they're just stand-ins for other players. Having me intentionally have to, like, swap between them all, it just sounds like heck.
Need to clear some space.
Okay, well, I've got more than enough ammunition to last me Maybe not a lifetime, but a tremendous amount of time. What is this?
Reloading, cover me.
Ah. I guess I probably should have just grenaded that. But it's fine. Okay, how close are we? So I'm just gonna pop the basic locker as I go by. Yeah, this seemed a lot spookier when I was inside that building.
Too heavy. Engaging.
Okay, nope, the grenade actually did do a ton of damage to it. I wonder if I can actually use the grenade to blow open a door. I'm entirely unsure. Unfortunately, we're also in the wrong location. Got another proximity mine. Okay, so how are we getting here? He just said no. I think we get there over here. Hopefully Robert gets the message. Yeah, it seems right. Okay, supply package, average locker, basic locker, and a quality locker. Well, let's start with the supply package.
Final supply cache located. Marking coordinates.
It gives items every time it's used. Not entirely sure how supplies function in this. Oh no. We might just have to hang here for a second. Well, I say hang here, but we kind of want to get out of here. Okay. Just do another buckshot. I'm just going to get through this one buckshot at a time. Okay, machine gun seems to be the primo gun. I also took some smacks there. Okay, anti-venom, stimulants, some other things. Okay. Last place we need to be is just over here. Don't have to go too far. I see a lot of bad boys that way. But I'm just gonna kind of give it a wide berth. Let's see. Can be opened when the facility lockdown is released or with a bunch of chained explosives. That's a lot of damage. Required to pop that open. Okay. That's a dang old bunker. Well, there's the power relay back here, so let's try hitting that.
Reloading. Reloading, cover me.
Because maybe that's just all I've got to do. Okay, beyond that, I mean, it could be in this. Oh, wait, no, there's a door switch. It was just covered by the ramping. Alright, we're good. I was a little worried that I was going to have to punch my way through this door, and it's just like, oh, that's going to be a fresh heck that I don't think anybody wants to be here for. Well, okay, except for the Zambos. I think the Zambos are pretty chill. Okay, did I retrieve? Yep.
Extraction point marked. It is advised to move toward the location.
Reloading, cover me.
Okay, where is it? It's south of this car that I just blew up. That's okay. I'm digging investing into high explosives. I was originally big on the whole healing thing, but I don't take a whole lot of damage here. But there's definitely a lot of explosives that need to be doled out on a consistent basis. I'm just gonna hang here. We got plenty of supplies. I don't need ammo. I don't need a med kit. I just need gun, and even then, these guys seem to be more than good enough for just sniping everything in my way, in a way that I don't have to actually do anything. Anyway, this is a pleasant game. It reminds me a lot of, like, what was it? Alien Breed Impact and Alien Swarm and a bunch of other things, where, yeah, you've got a squad of people, different abilities and weapons that give you various perks, or, well, different weapons that have different uses, perks, a lot of customization, and the fact that you can have up to 8 people means that you really can specialize into whatever your roles are. So if you really want to be the heavy weapons guy with the big machine gun, that is A-okay. And if you want to be more of like a quick sniper guy, I think it's doable. I like that. It's a nice change of pace. To have this level of, like, customization. I'm one of those people that really, really loved... I really loved to play Left 4 Dead back in the day, but I always wanted more depth to it. And this really... Oh, hello. Development story. New war. Vendata's forces are broadcasting for help on a global channel. If the dam bursts, the entire sector will be flooded. Yeah, let's do it. Looks like we got a lot of missions. Alright. And I guess I should go to profile real quick. Unfortunately, a lot of these are kind of basic. Let's invest in squad armor. Oh, does this only help my allies? Maybe. I'm just gonna get those two. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I'm gonna be playing this game solo. Probably more than I'm gonna be playing it multiplayer, but I don't fully know. Oh, okay, so... I guess I don't have to do the new war. That's fine. It was just immediately like, oh, it's time for the new war! And it's like, but it looks like, yeah, I'm gonna have to expand my way out. Do research to unlock new tech, new guns, new abilities, so on and so forth. Maybe I can actually really build stuff, because it would be so cool on this world map if, you know, you have the city here, but you can actually build out city blocks, have, like, rampart walls and a bunch of other things. I don't think this game actually lets me be that in-depth, but that would be such a dream if it was almost like tower defense, base defense, where you build, like, walls and towers and stuff. I guess the easy way of putting it would be they are billions, but you don't actually, like, you alternate between city management and then being that archer squad just running around in the world, clearing out all the zombies and so on and so forth. And you occasionally get called back because one of your defenses failed, or there's like a big wave coming or something like that. But, you know, if I could actually build financial districts, industrial districts, and so on and so forth. I'm saying that a lot today, but it's fine. But being able to do that sort of thing would actually be really cool. I don't think this will get there, but I'm saying it anyway for the sake of me dreaming big. But for now, at least, I think this is actually a good stopping point for this video. I could keep going, and I'm not sure if I will, how I will. I think the main thing is I want to play this with friends. I feel like that would be the way to do it. So, Red Solstice 2. Oof. Red Solstice 2 is available on Steam. And I popped over and looked at the reviews, and it's saying there's a lot of bugs and crashes in the multiplayer version of this. and there might be some crashes, actually. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody saying that their game crashed, and then when they loaded the game back up, they're reset back to 0, and they lost about 3 hours of gameplay. So I think when this game works, it works really well. But if it doesn't work, then you're going to have a bad time. And that's a bit rough. This seems like the kind of game that would be worth returning to in maybe a couple of months. It doesn't say that they launched in early access. However, I know the previous Red Solstice had a considerable amount of post-launch support. So I would bet that this is going to be one of those games that, yeah, might have a bit of a rough launch, and then is going to be a lot better once it's, you know, once they've patched out the issues, gotten everything spick and span, and at that point it should probably go on sale for, I don't know, 50% off. I feel like this would be a perfect $15 game. You know, you pick up this and you convince your friends all to pick up a copy, and then you just go around romping through some aliens for a couple hours. Like, that's where this game sings, and I'm really looking forward to getting to that point. But for now, at least, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more random indie games, hit subscribe, because I've got so many of them. And I might play some more of this, but like I said, I think it's going to be more of a community multiplayer thing, as opposed to me trying to do, like, the campaign mode. I might even just do that on my own, so that when I do community multiplayer stuff, I'm, you know, well-equipped and ready for battle. We'll see. But, with all that said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.